Hello, this is Ebony of Black Femme Beauty Tarot, back to do an energy reading for Pisces placements, Pisces Sun and Moon, as it relates to this Virgo full moon eclipse energy. And we're talking about love today. Happy birthday, Pisces. Messages for Pisces Sun and Moon sign as it relates to love. Why did I just do that right? The way these cards are read. Pisces, Sun and Moon. Messages as it relates to this Virgo full moon eclipse regarding love. Pisces, Sun and Moon placements. Happy birthday, Pisces, again. Messages. If you're new here, I read intuitively. If you are returning, welcome back. But if you're new here, I read intuitively. My readings are not gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine. Messages for Pisces, Sun and Moon placements as it relates to love. I'm hearing something about this. This is related to a lover. We're taking all of these. First one out. Uninvited guests. Surprise, accident, big change, moment of decision. But I'm hearing incident. What is this for Pisces? Somebody showed up out of nowhere, right? Definitely uninvited, and there was an incident, and I feel like it may have gotten physical. This is due to an affair. Mistress, third party. Somebody has no regrets or accountability, like the mistress or the mister. I mean, because do we have another word beside that equates the masculine, the male that is involved with the married woman? Like it's giving rake. If you know, Bridgerton, right? But the rake or the mistress is not feeling any remorse. And then we have rose, passionate love, thorns, short. I'm just getting more thorns, if anything. This has been painful. This has been painful for Pisces, but Pisces is still trying to hold on. It's due to some type of insecurities, and whether it be you or them, Pisces, take it how it resonates, right? This could be about you, people in your life, things of that nature. Bottom of the deck, we have sixth sense, intuition, subconscious. I'm hearing you knew this was doomed from the start. But we have single, isolation, independent, alone. The bottom of the deck is the future. But for this is codependent. This is why you continue with this. Also, I'm getting a little bit of sex addiction here. That's how they build up their confidence with trying to see whose man they can take or whose woman they can take and who will go. Like, this is really childish and immature. But what's in between all of these here? This uninvited guest, affairs, roles. Clarify by letting us know what's in between these here for Pisces, Sun and Moon placements as it relates to this Virgo full moon eclipse energy. Bottom of the deck, we have Three of Swords, which is already third party. What else here? This is Judgment. But the Judgment can be like a rebirth. So I'm getting with this uninvited guest, because this is what's happening now, right? This is how it started with the passion, right? Even though it was still during a painful time. Then you got into this, and then this came here. This is present. And if we work from the present backwards, this is what it is, right? But I just feel like, so then this should be over here. Yeah. So with this, because how I'm seeing this was during a time you got involved, or they got involved with you during a time that you and or them or both of y'all or your homie, whoever this is relating to, should have been doing some reawakening, some focusing on some self, but they didn't. What else is in between here? Yeah, they didn't. Here. And again, they knew with this intuition coming out, because this is subconscious intuition, they knew what this was gonna shape up to be, but they thought it changed. They thought it changed. Why did they think it changed? Let me get this other what's in between before we... Ooh. We got 2 cards here. We got the 3 of Pentacles. Why did they think it was going to change with this High Priestess? Clarify this High Priestess in the physical as it relates to this reading for Pisces Sun and Moon placements related to love in this Virgo full moon eclipse. This eclipse is snatching the cover off, the mask, the emotions, the stunts, the shows, the holding back for a lot of folks. I mean, we're also in a Pisces retrograde, Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. Virgo and Pisces are opposite signs. And then we have a Virgo full moon eclipse. Eclipses are known to just kind of like take the lid off, or, you know, reveal the hidden. Let's see here. We got the 2 of Swords. So, okay, so the with the 2 of Swords, it's giving indecision, but not, because your intuition or their intuition told you, like, this ain't gonna work out, right? This, you know, maybe you should have, you know, did it for a time if you just had to do it, right, with somebody else's husband or wife. And then when it, you know, serves you enough where it's like, okay, I think I'm feeling whole enough, because when you were in this hurting phase, these thorns, you were already in a hurting phase to do with love, right? So maybe if you just had to do it, it was like until like, okay, I got enough band-aids for this situation. I already know intuitively it's not going to work out. So let me just go on, like, I'm a little bit better than I was from, you know, dealing with this other person's spouse. But then there was talk of divorce, and you're like, well, maybe this can be turned around, right? So it's just like, are they going to leave? Are they going to stay? Are they going to leave, get with me? Are they going to stay, right? But the thing is, even if they left, it's still, you have to understand your intuition was right the first time, right? Just because the circumstances have changed, you know, and sometimes intuition and foreseeing the future can change, right? Depending on the energies. Like as I'm doing this reading, right? But when it comes to your own personal intuition and your own discernment, just because the players change does not mean the outcome is going to change, because the foundation was still built on pain. You started this situation because of pain with these thorns. You got into it with this married person, and that caused pain to the other party involved. And maybe both of y'all was married, but it was still pain and pain. So my thing is, if you feel like emotional pain and emotional pain equates love, then you or they are not as smart as you think you are. I'm hearing Scorpio, but we talking about Pisces, so it could be a Scorpio involved. Child, messy. So it's just like, okay, will they, won't they, maybe. And you see this tattoo of the seesaw? It didn't work out like that. So give me another one on that High Priestess. Thank you. And the physical. Oh, them fell out wrong. I'm sorry. It's what you want it to be, though. Yeah. Okay, we're taking these. Somebody wanted the money. It's like if I could have did it all over, I would have married him or her with more money, because the King of Pentacles, they got that dough, right? Most kings got it, however they got it, but this one got the dough for show. Dough for show. You see that big old pentacle, right? So, but it's I'm just hearing you can't build a house off of another woman's or man's tears or pain with this Three of Swords, because it show came out with it. And so even though this is what you set your sights on, like, oh, maybe we can redo this, the foundation is the foundation. It was still built upon lies. Now I could see how you could think maybe this is going to change, Pisces, if all parties involved, the spouses, if both of you were married, or the spouse, if just one of you were married, if it was a very transparent, like, hey, this is how it happened, some apologies, some accountability, things of that nature. But it wasn't that. It was just like, oh, okay, well, we getting a divorce. The writing was on the wall anyway, but the deceit, right? And we already talked about how the third party in this, the ones that's not married, or if both of them are married, the ones who were involved with each other stepping outside of their marriage didn't want to take accountability. And you're still ending with Three of Swords, right? But I get it. And you're just like, well, maybe, and you considered this because of this King of Pentacles, right? Who doesn't want a king? But my thing is, don't you want your own king? I don't want nobody else's king. I want my own. Right? And we still ended here. So then, in between this, right, and this is where we are now. Like I said, we started here and we're working our way backwards, right? So this is where we are presently. What came out is Three of Pentacles. Somebody's been in deep prayer here. I'm hearing the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and this came out in Virgo energy right now. Don't misconstrue. I'm not just speaking biblically. I'm not trying to preach. I mean, you believe in what you believe, long as it's like, you know, not lower vibrational. You know, this channel is for adults and those that are not worshiping derogatory entities. And if you don't know what that is, bitch, I ain't finna explain it to you respectfully, all right? But some of y'all praying and doing some soul searching. And I'm hearing 369, right? It's a manifestation exercise that some people use. But the 6 is missing. The balance hasn't came in yet. We're going from the 3 to the 9. The balance hasn't came in yet with the 6. 666 angel number denotes mind, body, and spirit, Pisces. You're doing some soul searching. Because I feel like maybe you have everything you want in the physical, but the soul, right? Your two fishes, it's just like giving stagnancy. Like you feel like you swimming in cement. And this is Virgo energy, right? Right now, Pisces in North Node, Virgo is in South Node. But I'm getting like Pisces, this Virgo full moon is really causing some deep reflection and some deep healing. You may want to check into therapy. I shouldn't say check into, right? But you may want to consider getting a therapist, because I feel like this here, some of y'all may feel like, okay, when I was younger and nobody was married, I cheated on my boyfriend or girlfriend, or I cheated with somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend, but it never got physical even if they found out. Some of y'all, this soul searching, this praying is due to, how did I get here as an adult? Get into a physical situation with somebody. Like you feel like it's giving the lowest of low. And this is how you're feeling about them or yourself. Like that is very much not adult-like. But I mean, being deceitful and dishonest when you've entered a union is not adult-like either. Like, or just doing actions or committing actions, however, you know, it's coming in for you, right, is not adult-like, because you're an adult. What you gotta lie for? But some of y'all are looking at like, I can't believe I had a fight with somebody at my big age over this. Like, what is really going on here? I gotta figure me out. Makes sense. All right. Anything hidden here? Yes or no? If so, what is it? Yeah, something is hidden. It's yes and no, right? I'm getting a little bit morbid, but I'm also getting boredom. So bring in the gratitude for what you do have. The fact that you have the mental capacity to look at this, to go within, to figure out what you did wrong and work your way backwards to do the healing that you initially tried to skip by being codependent, right? And stop talking to those who have supported this. A lot of them haven't supported it, right? But you got some friends around you that were married themselves and they act like they supported it because this is what y'all did in y'all heyday, right? But at the same time, some of these friends that are married themselves that are saying like, girl, yeah, fuck that, woo woo. It's just like, they're letting you know their view of their union and the sanctity of marriage, right? And I don't mean in a biblical sense or a religious sense, but it's just a commitment. Now, if they have a commitment where their marriage is open, then that's something different. But I feel like this friend that's married that supported you in this, they really didn't. They supported your downfall. They knew where it was going to end, and you did too. And them supporting you is just like, yeah, girl, yeah, I know that's right. Yeah, but what they're not saying is, yeah, girl, yeah, boy, crash and burn. Been jealous of you for a long time, right? So moving up, that's what's hidden, right? These friends that ain't your friend. And then bringing in gratitude that you have the wherewithal to see clearly through this. Close this out. To see clearly through it now, right? Close this out. All right. Yeah, so go ahead and do the healing you need to heal. You know, this is kind of like crying over spilled milk, but it's not necessarily. It's this situation, but it's wrapping you back to, with this soul searching, with this hermit, with this Virgo energy, is wrapping you back around to how this began. It began due to some painful love you experienced on your own, and you went to this person's husband and or wife for comfort, for solace, right? Yeah, and this may be an uncomfortable stage, but I just feel like at least it'll be yours. Some of y'all praying and repenting and taking accountability through prayer, but not outwardly as of yet. All right, thank you, Pisces. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and or comment if you would like a personal reading. All the information to schedule that will be listed below this video in the description box. Thank you.